This year is entitled, Can a Woman Read Megillah for a Man? It's a fantastic shaila. We're not going to get into women's lib issues and stuff like that, and social issues, political issues. Just face it from a purely halachic standpoint. So if women have the exact same chiyuv as a man, a woman has to read Megillah and a man has to read Megillah, then the halach is if you have equal chiyuvim, then one can fulfill the mitzvah for the other. The classic example would be Kiddush. A woman has an absolute obligation to say Kiddush on Friday night. Technically speaking, she could say Kiddush for a man. She has an obligation in Kiddush from the Torah. He has an obligation in Kiddush from the Torah. And the Shulchan Aruch openly says she could say Kiddush for the man. Yeah, the Mishnah Berurah brings, you have other issues, you have tznius, and then more recently you have other questions. Is there an agenda? Without getting to those questions, the pure technical question, a woman certainly could say Kiddush for a man. And therefore, maybe we'd say the same thing by Megillah reading. She has a chiyuv to read Megillah. She was part of the nace as well, part of the miracle. She was saved, that she was actively involved in the salvation, Esther. And therefore, she has the same obligation. She could go ahead and read Megillah for a man. So that technically could be right, but there's a few issues involved. One is, does she have the exact same obligation or not? It doesn't mean that once they're part of the miracle, even though it's a time-bound mitzvah, it's a rabbinic time-bound mitzvah, which she normally should be exempt. The rule comes and says, no, they are obligated. Is it the exact same obligation as men of Kriyat Megillah, reading the Megillah? Or, no, their mitzvah is Shmiyah, listening to the Megillah. And there are those who say, Tosfos Daf Gimel, Daled in Megillah, Gemara Megillah talks about maybe it's halacha of only listening, not halacha of reading. So once it's a different level of mitzvah, then she cannot say the Megillah, read the Megillah for the man. That's one issue that post can deal with. Another issue is a covered hatzibur issue. Normally by Kriyat Torah, we say that a woman does not lay in for the tzibur because possible issues of kavod the tzibur. Is she a representative of the tzibur? Normally a man, as he has all the chiyuvim, all the obligations, he is the one who represents the tzibur, and now all of a sudden a woman is going to represent, she doesn't have the exact same obligation as men, so that's another discussion. Then there's a fascinating discussion of kol isha. Kol isha. A woman can't sing for a man, so what about over here? So is reading Megillah with ta'amim, is that considered kol isha? So the poskim say that the speaking voice, that's not kol isha. When she speaks to a man, that's not considered kol isha. Certain circles, there's tremendous distance between man and woman. In Hasidic circles, even talking, there's a tremendous mechitza, physically and literally, between the man and the woman, and no schmoozing that will go on between a Hasidic man and some Hasidic lady. They're very yisrachik men are mon, they're very makbid on that. But in terms of technical kol isha, a singing voice of a woman, so speaking. But over here, it's ta'amim. So is that considered to be singing? And then that would be another problem with a woman reading the Megillah. So Rav Avad Yosef and Yalkut Yosef and Yabi Omer discusses it. The Rav Malamed discusses it. And a few possibilities that come out. Some say, no, that would be a problem. Of kol isha, she's going to sing the Megillah, that's kol isha. Some say that when those posts can permit the saying of the Megillah, it's maybe without the tamim, because with tamim, singing would be a problem. Others say that when you're reading as a Maisa Mitzvah of Kriyas Megillah, that would not be subject to the Isser of Kol Isha. Some say it means reading for a relative, for a parent, for a husband, where that's not a problem of Kol Isha. And different posts can mention different possibilities of trying to make sense of this mitzvah. Lamaisa, I don't think Lamaisa this really comes up. I don't think there's communities where women are reading for men. And for simple reason, it's going to get to a lot of technical shaylas. Besides getting into any woman's lib, even opening up that discussion, there's a lot of technical shaylas. Does she have the same chiyuv of a man or not? And if she does, then the kavatzibor question, and then the kol isha questions. Because of all of these questions, usually you don't see such a thing of a woman reading for a man. Let's say it's a shas atak, a pressing situation where the man's sick at home and no one's around, they live somewhere far away from people, then yes, she should certainly read for him. Because many poskim that would say that would be the mitzvah kriyas Megillah, he'd be yotze that way. But if it's not a pressing situation, we certainly don't rely on the minority of poskim because it's just getting into so many different shaylas. Shalom.